Angie's taking some time to smell the roses. Hey folks, Ray from Love Your RV here again, and today I'm swapping out my solar panel that lives on top of my truck box. You know, the one I use for boondocking. I pull it off and use it as a remote panel. I'll link to last year's post where I made this flexible solar panel into a remote ground panel for moving around when I'm boondocking. Anyway, the reason for the new panel is the old one was damaged last year. What I was doing is I mounted it on a heavy piece of wood. I just sort of would lean it against things, but that was sort of dumb because in the desert you can get some super gusty winds. And even though this thing is super heavy, that's a 3/4 inch plywood, a good gust took it and sent it flying. And when it landed, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's a gouge right here. Kind of gouged the flexible film. Doesn't look like much, but I guess it just hit the wrong spot and broke a conductor or shorted out the panel inside. Because all of a sudden I noticed I lost a lot of output. Went from getting, you know, 5.5 amps down to more like 2 amps or even less as it heated up. And this area would heat up really bad. I'll show you later with my temperature gun. So anyway, it's sort of a dud panel now. So I decided I'd go with a Renogy panel, a fixed panel, or a rigid frame panel I should say, as a replacement. That's the kind I have on my roof. You know, I have 4 panels up on the RV's roof. So because of that I needed a different way to mount it, and I think I've actually improved the mounting quite a bit. Let me get in there and show you what I've done. Here we are. Sorry for any traffic noise. I'm at my sister's place and it's right near a highway, so you might hear some background cars and stuff. Anyway, I took the panel and added a couple tubular aluminum rods in there, ran some stainless steel bolts through, and then drilled some holes in the plastic box. And you can see I've just put some washers with wing nuts so I can quickly get it off my box, but somebody can't steal it very easily. See when it's closed. I have a couple big locks I put on each side, so they're not going to be able to rip that off. I don't know why anybody would want to steal a panel anyway. Never really heard of such a thing. Anyway, let me pull it off the box and give you a better look at the mounting arrangement there. Okay, so you can see what I did to the back. There were some existing holes in the frame itself that the factory did, so I utilized them. And then with that square aluminum tubing, I drilled through that, and I put some stainless 3/8 bolts and also a neoprene nut on the end so it'll stay tight. I think that was 1.5 inches. And then on here I went with a little longer, I think it was a 2-inch stainless 3/8. Same deal, put in a neoprene nut to keep it all held together. I think it worked out pretty good. It's really strong. Then I'm not worried about flexing the panel or anything. Versus, I think it's an improvement over the other mounting arrangement I had on that board. I put in the little rings there, and then I had a ratchet strap to hold it onto the box. So it was a bit of a pain when I wanted to get into the box. I had to remove the ratchet strap and kind of lay the panel to the side. This way I'm able to lift the lid and it'll stay attached the whole time, so it should be much more convenient that way. And it's pretty easy to get off with the 4 wing nuts. So let's maybe show you in a test what kind of current I'm getting versus the old damaged one and the brand new one. Oh, also it was pretty easy to add my cable back on. Just used the same MC4 connectors. So I've had this panel in the sun for about half an hour here, and I'll just show you what the effect of that damage is. So I'm only seeing about 1.2 amps. I should be seeing close to 5.5. And you can see down here where the gouge was. I'll just measure with my temperature gun. So the normal panel is about 120. If I start getting closer to that gouge, see it climb up into the 200s, 254, 285. So you can see there's a real hot spot there. It's sucking, robbing all the energy. It's actually too hot to touch. Okay, so let's test the new one out. And you can see the current coming off of that is a healthy 5.14 amps. I think it's rated about 5.29. Sun's awfully low right now. It's early in the morning, so it's going through some atmosphere. So, pretty happy with that. Much better than the broken one, that's for sure. Back in place again. I'll show you how slick this is for closing the lid. There we go. Like I say, I just put some padlocks on that, and it's pretty heavy. I don't have it bolted down, but most people don't know that. So someone could carry the whole thing if they were strong. And just lift her up if I need to get in. Let's see, it hits the back toolbox there, so it kind of sits by itself. Gotta like it. That's going to be a good way to go for this boondocking season. And as far as the wind goes, after that thing blew down, like I said, I was just leaning it against a water jug, so I started to utilize my ladder, my Warner telescopic ladder there, and I used a ratchet strap, and I'd ratchet strap it to the ladder, and then it didn't go anywhere. Take quite the hurricane force wind to blow that over. So I'll probably do something similar with my my new one there. Figure out a way to maybe use the same strapping with those new bars on it. So that'll be for another day. Yeah. Okay, another one in the books. Angie's in there giving it a final inspection. Make sure everything's hooked up properly, bolted down. So, we're going to be headed out in about 3 weeks down south, so I got a few more items and upgrades to do before then, so stay tuned. Till next time, it's Ray from loveyourrv.com. Cheers, everyone. How's it looking, Angie? The spare tire needs to be held down somehow.